Hey, what's up, guys? GoReacts back with another one. And in case you've been living under a rock, there is this lady out here who is selling farts in a jar, and she's turning a profit. She made like $150,000, $200,000 in a year or something like that. I don't know the exact statistics, but she's making bank selling her farts. It's pretty nuts. And I saw this one video on the No Jumper Clips channel where this lady was farting so much that she ended up having to go to the hospital. I said, I gotta see this. This looks miraculous. So yeah, let's check it out.
Okay, so when did you start to think maybe there would be some issues with this production line that you were running?
Well, after my fart jar story went viral and I was getting way more orders from people, I started to really feel the pressure. And I started to think that, okay, I cannot fulfill this many orders. This is also impeding on my social life.
Yeah.
Like I got all these orders in through my site, and then I was like, well, how the fuck am I gonna fulfill 100 orders? Like I have other things I need to do. I have my platform, other content that I need to produce. Like I'm working on so many different things. I can't just be sitting around all day farting.
You know, isn't it crazy that no matter what job you take up, no matter what you do in this world, no matter what work you decide to do, there's gonna be stress involved. Even fucking farting in jars. Like this lady's like she's like the Henry Ford of farting in jars. Like she's running a whole production line. It's like a whole massive thing. I'm surprised there's not like an assembly. It's just crazy that you cannot escape stress no matter what line of work you get in. And just when you think you've beat the system, here comes a fucking 100 orders for farts. It's crazy.
Right.
And if I am, eating all this food, it's like not like I can go out.
Yeah. I mean, even just the first 100 jars. If you're selling 100 jars, $500, you got 50 grand. It's like,
Call it quits.
sounds great, but if you can't enjoy it, if you can't go on vacation because you're just
Yeah.
stuck in the crib farting, then like, what's the point of even having money, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So I, went and was fulfilling the orders. And it was by the time that I got to the third batch, and this was like a week before Christmas, and I had a lot of orders from people like around the holidays. And some
Hold on. Wait a minute. This is a hot holiday item? Like she's backed up during the holidays? Literally? Oh my God. Maybe it makes a good stocking stuffer. I don't know. You get one for your aunt. You say, this is lady online who's gassing in jars, and I thought you might like this. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. That is just the fucking greatest thing ever, man. She's busy farting during the holidays.
people even wanted like batch orders. So there was like one guy in Austria who wanted like 5 freaking fart jars.
Wow.
And so I gave him like a little deal on it because he wanted so many.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Man, this is some operation this lady is running, man. She's like Pablo Escobar or something. This is some fucking operation. Fucking bulk deals and like, God, for farts? Like, what? What a task all of this is. And this guy, the CIA needs to gather foreign intelligence on this guy buying 5 jars of farts. Like, what the fuck? In Austria, what the fuck is that guy up to? Like, what's going on with him? Is he gonna like pass them around to his friends? Is he like keeping them like? Is he gonna keep them stored in like a fridge or something? Like, what is he gonna do with those fart jars? And all of them, like what? Like, what is he gonna do with the bulk of those jars? This guy's getting deals. Like, what if somebody gets addicted to it? Right? Like, it's almost like crack with fart jars. That shit would be crazy, man.
Yeah. I'm like,
That's very kind of you.
And so I was trying to find like the most effective way for me to produce as much as I could. So there was like one day that I drank like 3 huge protein shakes, and I made a big pot of black bean soup, and I just throughout the morning kept pouring myself cups of it.
So that's the formula, huh? Protein shakes and black bean soup. You know, black beans will get it out of you. Black beans and baked beans, it's a tie between them two, which makes you fucking gas the most. It's probably the healthiest way too, right? Because I'm thinking you could probably do like Taco Bell and like White Castle, and then your stomach will be fucked up. Your farts will be insane. That's gotta be kind of a low overhead, right? Like just having the protein shake and the beans, that's really all you gotta cop to make your work. Yeah, I mean, it's a smart business idea. No man, nobody's gonna buy a guy's farts in a jar. This is strictly for fucking male perverts. But man, it's kind of a smart business idea.
And was just like eating.
Just hoping that you'll fart more.
Oh, and I did. It was
Yeah.
like definitely like a crazy day, but I was feeling awful.
Right.
And by the time evening rolled around, I was feeling horrible to the point where like I couldn't breathe in all the way. Everything in my stomach, all this was like building up and I guess just like pushing up against my heart and my chest. But I wasn't aware that it was from that. I just thought I was possibly having a heart attack.
Right.
So I'm laying in bed at night and I can't breathe in because every time I do, I'm like, so I called up my friend and my friend offered to take me to the emergency room just to double check and make sure that everything's okay.
Could you imagine if they made a movie of this woman's life story, like Johnny Cash style, like Walk the Line, right? And yo, this would be the climax of the film, right? This would be the most dramatic point, right? she's like gassing it. She's like, can't do it. She's like, what's happening? She just like falls out on the floor. It's like all dramatic, like this dramatic pause in this movie about a woman gassing in jars and making a whole bunch of money. Like, yo, somebody needs to greenlight that film at like Universal or something. Like, yo, that shit, that could work, man. I think that could be a great, phenomenal movie. This would definitely be the climax in the film, though. She's like laying in the hospital, like you don't know if she's gonna make it or not. It's too much farting.
Right.
Because I do have a pre-existing condition. I'm on a lot of different medication that puts me at like high risk for stroke, etc.
So you're telling me you didn't check in with your doctor before you started selling your farts?
I really don't even know how I would present that to my doctor.
Right, but I'm just thinking, I think a lot of doctors would probably take issue with that.
I have a really lenient doctor though. He's really he's given me the go ahead on a lot of things. Like for example, going to Australia for before the 90 days, I was like, "Hey, I'm doing this reality TV show. I don't really have much of an immune system. Can I go to Australia where there's so many things that can kill me?" And he was perfectly okay with that. But at this point, I'm just like, you know what? Like I'm sure I can do this. It's fine. And
You're
if this
immunocompromised.
I am immune. Well, I mean, I'm in remission now, but I'm still on immunosuppressive therapy medication.
Are you scared because of COVID?
I was, but I'm double vaxxed at this point. So it's like if COVID takes me out, it was really just meant to be.
It was meant to be. Well, if it wasn't the farts, if it ain't the farts, it's about to be the COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to think that this would be a tough business model to support or get into, like during COVID. Like, you don't think people will be readily available to buy farts in a jar from some stranger during COVID-19. But perving is a 24-hour gig. Being a perv never stops, man. 365, 7 days a week. It's just crazy. If you like presented this business model to like the Shark Tank, I wonder what they would say about it. Like, what would their sentiment be on a business like this in 2022 or whatever the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like kind of a rough idea, but it definitely has been working.